That's good. We want to see that limo company getting some business. So think about all the black entrepreneurs around the country who we know, who we work with, who didn't have the opportunity to be at the table.
That's in the business.
That's in the business, right? And so this is an age-old problem that we have, but when we say we want to build something different, we want to call that out, but also fix it at the same time.
And I think that's the big difference between ownership and access.
Exactly.
I think we have plenty of access,
right?
Because we all done worked for them. We done had opportunities to maybe be in some rooms that others haven't. Access has always been there, and part of that is, the carrot that they give. We'll give you some access. You don't have all, but you have some access. The ownership is the true key to that.
Exactly.
Do you ever worry about the new generation of black leadership being too comfortable being accepted and not focused enough on being effective?
I mean, this is the problem of the pick-me individual, right? They want to be the person not only invited in the room, but at the head of the table. But when it comes to actually fighting for our key issues, fighting for our ownership, they are very comfortable saying we're not going to do that. Right? They're very comfortable saying we don't want to ruffle feathers.
That's correct.
And so there is a little bit of a challenge there, whereas when folks, their career is dependent on access, they're gonna kowtow, right? And so we don't need more of that at all. I do think there are folks out there who are willing to fight. What we got to do as a community, though, we got to back those people up when they are out there fighting.
That's correct.
I think about two black mayors of major cities who did not win re-election over the past few years.
Okay.
I think about Mayor Tishaura Jones in St. Louis, and I think about Mayor Ed Gainey in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Right? Two black mayors who were fighting for our communities, who were leading voices in those moments of the Black Lives Matter movement, who were trying to move city resources to support the black community. They were taken out because, to your point, there were some black leaders in those communities who said, we're going to go with the safe fight choice so I can cut a deal behind the scenes.
Right.
The community didn't stand with those folks the way that we needed them to, because we got picked off with, hey, I'll appoint you to this committee, or hey, I'll look out for you on this development deal, right? Like, those things are happening and we got to stop it. But there are examples of folks who are out there fighting for our folks. We want to back them up too.
Well, that's a real good point that you made, because that seemed to be the biggest downfall of our community.
Exactly.
And it's always been. And we seem to not have came up with any way of being able to deal with that for whatever reason. And I think it's going to get harder before it gets better. And I'm hoping that organizations like yours, and we have our PAC that we do, I'm saying we're not as big as this guy here and doing as much as they are, but we definitely are trying to do our portion of what we can to try to help. And in that conversation, do you think that this new generation, and I was talking with Rhonda earlier today on her podcast, and we were talking about this idea that they don't want to fight as hard as the old generation did in that, and it makes it a little more difficult. And what I mean by that is, when you look at social media and things now, they had that campaign when it was going, sit your ass down. People didn't want to get up and work. Right. Hearing people talking now about what's going on in Minnesota, about the fact that we shouldn't be out there fighting, let them fight this out. It's not our fight. How do you speak to the new generation or this next generation of coming up where that type of ideology seems to be the thing that's moving this generation along? And in that, how you can still stay effective in making sure we fight for the things that they're not going to have an opportunity to fight for?